The hospital room filled quickly after Grace arrived. Mrs. Blackwood rushed in first, crying over her precious granddaughter. Chloe and Zach came carrying gifts large enough to stock a nursery. Chloe leaned over the baby and declared herself the godmother.
I'm the godmother.
Grace opened her eyes and seemed to smile.
She smiled at me!
Zach ruined the moment with medical accuracy, saying it was only gas. Chloe nearly attacked him in front of the newborn. I lay against the pillows, exhausted and strangely complete. Ethan sat beside me, holding my hand.
You okay? You must be excited.
I said seeing Grace made everything worth it. He kissed my forehead. 1 month we celebrated her first moon, and in the quiet of the night, I knew we were home.
I love you.
I love you too. The 1 month celebration came faster than I expected. The Blackwood home was covered in pink balloons and flowers. Guests praised his eyes, nose, and tiny hands. Ethan introduced us with a pride so quiet it was almost reverent. After the banquet, we returned home with a sleeping baby. Ethan carried Grace as if carrying a piece of the moon. He wondered aloud what kind of person she would become.
What kind of person do you think she'll be?
She'll be good, because she has you. I said she would be good, because she had him. He corrected me in his own way.
She will be good because she has you as her mother.
The window let moonlight into the room, washing over the three of us. I thought of the contract, the fear, the misunderstanding, the attic prayer, the lost necklace, the hospital door. Every painful thing had brought us here. Ethan, Grace, and me. For the first time in my life, I did not want anything more. Life after Grace was quieter and noisier at the same time. Quieter because Vivian was gone, the rumors were dead, and the contract no longer hung over us like a blade. Noisier because Grace ruled the house with cries, hiccups, tiny fists, and a schedule that destroyed every adult routine. Ethan adapted with frightening seriousness. The man who once used silence as armor now read baby care books with colored sticky notes and tracked feeding times like a corporate report. If Grace frowned, he studied the reason. If she cried, he looked as if the Blackwood Empire had failed. Mrs. Blackwood visited constantly and fought for holding rights. Chloe arrived with more toys than one infant could possibly understand, insisting that a godmother had duties. Zach pretended to complain and then spent 10 minutes trying to make Grace grab his finger. I watched them and sometimes remembered the cold first night after the pregnancy report. I had thought Ethan wanted an heir and nothing more. I had thought my heart was foolish. But now, when he rose before dawn to warm milk, when he placed water by my bed, when he looked at our daughter with shy awe, I knew love could be slow and awkward and still absolute. One evening, Grace finally settled after a long cry. Ethan held her against his chest, moving so carefully that I smiled.
What are you smiling at?
At you.
I am still learning.
I did not answer with a new line. I only leaned against him and thought, so are we all. The proposal I had demanded did not arrive immediately. Ethan was not a man who did romance casually. His love appeared first as clean bottles, folded blankets, warmed meals, and 1,000 small protections. I nearly forgot that I had once told him not to continue the marriage without asking me properly. Then one afternoon, Chloe came over and dragged me out under the excuse of needing advice on a dress. Zach appeared suspiciously cheerful. Mrs. Blackwood insisted Grace would stay with her for the day. By the time I noticed everyone knew more than I did, Chloe had already pushed me into a cream-colored dress and fixed my hair. She said nothing that counted as dialogue worth repeating. She only smiled like a criminal. Ethan took me back to the university, where we had once crossed paths without becoming a story. The library steps were the same. The courtyard trees were older. I stood there holding the necklace Vivian had returned, suddenly aware of all the years hidden behind us. He showed me the bench where he had once waited for a chance to speak to me. The path where he had followed at a respectful distance. The reading room where he had found my lost necklace. I remembered none of it, and that hurt. But he did not blame me. He knelt before me there, not before a chapel this time, but before the woman he had loved when she was too blind to see him. He did not need to invent a new speech. The answer had already been written in everything he had done. I gave him my hand. The ring fit perfectly. The contract had ended long ago. The marriage began there.